Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be talking about Attack on Titan 58, and then I'm going to be recording my thoughts on 59 right after this because I watched both of them. I watched them back to back because I just couldn't wait. So anyway, all right, let me get out my notes and we will do this. All right, so episode 58. The owl. I would love to get more of his backstory. Like, I know we got a glimmer of like childhood and what started that, but I would think it'd be really interesting to see his path and relationships that maybe he built with any Marlians, and was he conflicted ever, and like what brought him about to the place that he was and all that. And which then got me to thinking, not only do I want to see kind of his story, but I would love to see the stories of everyone who held the Attack Titan, particularly at the very beginning in the origins. I hope they do like a prequel type thing where they actually look into the history of the peoples before the major conflict, and even during that major conflict that then led to the king retreating onto Paradise Island. So anyway, that's something that I kind of thought that would be interesting, and I mean, just more content and more material in this universe that is so lovely and just scaffolded. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'd like to see. And then when I found out that they only lived for 13 years, I mean, I was stunned. First of all, I was stunned that Grisha would turn his son into a child soldier. And then I was stunned that he would then bestow this death sentence on his son. And yes, some people have made the argument that, well, his son would have died by being eaten by a Titan, so I don't know why I imitate people like that. That's not how I read them at all. But so if anything, this saved him. And it's true, but Grisha didn't know that. And so he willingly bestowed upon his son this power that was going to kill him. So in many ways, he's no different than how he was earlier. I mean, yes, he did probably love people behind the wall, but he still turned his son into a soldier and into a weapon. And I don't think we can really get away from that. So Grisha, he's a complicated character, and I would love to know more about his motivations. And I hope in the next season, Eren sees more of his dad's motivations. I don't necessarily think that's super plot important. So if they're going to focus on one thing, probably not going to be it. But it would be nice to at least see. All the Eldians are connected to the founding Titan or the coordinate, which since Eren has that all of them in some way are connected to him. Now, he's not a royal, so he doesn't have full access to that power, but I really gotta wonder if that's not going to come into play in the future, particularly because of something. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, but when he realizes that when he is next to a Titan of royal blood, that he has access to that power. And so I was thinking, okay, so his mom, or not his mom, definitely not his mom, Dinah, she was a royal, and Historia, she's a royal, but that only will work if she is a Titan, and he desperately does not want that to happen to her, so he's going to keep this under wraps. But then there's another royal running around, and that's Zeke. So I really wonder if that's not going to come into play. If Eren, with the founding Titan, during maybe the showdown with Beast Titan, because that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. It just has to. You have two sons from the same father, and it just, yeah. The whole couple of seasons is building up to like this showdown. So I really think that Eren is going to then use the beast's royal blood, at least his proximity during that showdown, to then use his power to then control the Titans and maybe take down Marley, definitely take down Beast Titan. That's what I'm thinking. And since I've been talking a little bit about Historia, I do think it's really sad that Historia and Ymir will never see each other again. At least that's how it feels. I guess Ymir has had her Titan for a while, so she's going to expire. And then who knows who that new Titan is going to go to. But yeah, that was sad. Or is she going to be killed? But I think she's probably going to die. And then, which makes me think, when is Annie going to show back up? I mean, she's just been in this cocoon for a long time. And I just feel like at some point she's got to be let out. They have to figure out how to break her out. Maybe they take her with them on their journey to Marley. I don't know if she's going to be important at all, but I just think, she's got to show back up. Because, I mean, she was the original first, major foe that they took down. And I just think it'd be kind of interesting to see how they used her later. So they talk about how the royals that have the founding Titan kind of fall under its spell or become a slave to kind of the king's views of kind of controlling his people and escaping behind the walls. And I have to wonder if the reason why Aaron hasn't kind of turned into that is because he isn't a royal. So he gets some of the glimmers of it, but not a full blast because he just can't access it all, which then makes me wonder, the more he accesses the founding Titan's power through proximity to a royal, is that going to then change his perspective on things? And the fact that he has two Titans, are the agendas of those two Titans kind of at war with each other? Thoughts? The very end of the episode threw me for a complete and total loop, where the owl talks about Mikasa and Armin. So we already know that Grisha named Aaron after the owl, but then he talks about how Mikasa, Armin, everyone is relying on this, on you loving someone behind the wall, building a life. The fact that he knew those names, I mean, it's just so Grisha, when he's living his life and, all of a sudden his son is hey, here's my best friend Armin, and look, we're adopting Mikasa. Did any of that trigger to him? Oh yeah, these are the people that Owl was talking about. I mean, that would just be super, super weird. And I don't know, so also the idea that the Owl not only has connection to that he's connected in some way to all the other Titans through the founding Titan, but also that it's not just the ones in the present, but also past and future. So there is this connection between all the Titans across time. And whether that's going to come into play later, I don't know. But I feel like maybe we're going to see more about the past Titans because of this connection. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Anything else? I also had to wonder, how old was Aaron when the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan came to the walls? Was he in his late teens? Or not late teens, but he I don't know, close to 13 years old. So it's one of those things where Grisha was running out of time, and rather than trusting the attack Titan to some random baby, he then bestows it upon Aaron. And it's oh. So at best, if Aaron, say, was 12 when he got the Titan, that means at best he's going to live to 25. It's who does he give it to? Or will he? I don't know. I have no idea. All right, so those are my thoughts on episode 58. I am actually not going to even leave my seat as I film episode 59, or my thoughts on episode 59. I've loved it. It's been great. So many questions that I have, and I'm really looking forward to watching the last season. And I mean, will one season be enough to finish the narrative? I mean, that's my concern. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't want them to rush through it. I don't want this to be like the last several seasons of Game of Thrones. Not that I've seen that show, or at least the last several seasons, but I've heard people complain about it, how it's rushed, how like people, it just feels very hurried. I don't want that for the last season of Attack on Titan, because they've done such a good job up to this point, and it would do a great disservice to the characters, to the creator, to the universe, and to us if they didn't do it justice. So I'm really hoping that they do it justice. And yes, after the whole thing is done, I will read the manga so I can get a different perspective on it. And maybe I'll do a video where I talk about things that I've noticed and differences and that type of thing. So we'll see. All right. Well, I hope you guys have an awesome day. It's 4th of July. It's raining in Kansas City, which is to be expected because it's pretty much rained all year. And I am recording, and then I'm going to go see a horror movie, Midsummer, and then I'm going to go to a barbecue and maybe set off fireworks if it's not too wet. All right. Well, till next time.